Hey, Hellbirds, here we are at the 2022 Premier Billiards U.S. National Artistic Bowl Championships presented by McDermott Cues. We are coming at you live from the Clubhouse Bar and Billiards here in beautiful Lynchburg, Virginia. As said, this is brought to you by Premier Billiards and McDermott Cues. Thank you for your support. It is also brought to you by Aramith Billiard Balls, Napa of Madison County, and Balanced Billiards. Also, thank you for your support. I'm being joined in the booth by Jason, the Michigan Kid, Lynch, and Mark White. How you guys doing?
Doing very well. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Mark?
Yeah, I'm good. Good to hear you, Jason, again. That velvety, smooth radio voice. Looking forward to this quarterfinal. I'm really getting into this, Jason. I'm converted. I'm hooked.
Doesn't take much to convert you to this sport. You know, you see, a lot of cue sports, and people are kind of bloodthirsty to win or lose, and we're rooting for each other to make shots. And this is really almost like a family get together every time we have a tournament. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've actually heard, we've remarked in commentary about how you guys are willing each other on to make the shots. It's really nice to see.
Well, some of these shots are so tough, we hope somebody makes them. Then we have a chance of making them ourselves. So here we go. Tim's
That's
Tim's shooting the tricky cluster here. This is a 9-point shot. And it's really mostly all about the setup. There you go. That should be no problem.
you got it.
The biggest thing on that shot is to make that first cut. And this is where, if you're a good pool player, that will come into play on that shot. If you can cut that shot down the rail with accuracy, then the result of the rest of the shot should, if your setup is correct, go ahead and pot the other two balls. And so Tim scored 9 points in the first attempt. And so we are actually in the quarterfinal rounds. And so Brian will have to match that shot in the trick and fancy. And so whoever has won the leg or not won the leg has control of who shoots first, who shoots second. And so that can be a big thing, especially if you've got a player that's great with one type of shot. You want to keep him away from that discipline. Tim's one of the ones.
So there we see. Yeah, sorry. I was just going to mention the book there, like the Bible on the table there of all the great setups and how to set them up, as we see the replay there. Great cut down the rail, and then, of course, the bank comes across.
We shoot 120 shots in our program. We actually only shoot 40 during the tournament, the prelims, but we open up the whole book during the playoffs. So you see a lot of different shots come off in the playoffs, which is really neat to see. Here's Brian trying to match Tim's attempt here.
Yeah,
okay.
Said earlier, he's been struggling all night today. Had a great day yesterday, but today just hasn't been happening.
Incredible, and I don't know what happened. The gear shift needs to get in drive and not neutral where it's at. And think about Brian. He's always one. He keeps smiling, he keeps swinging. And that's the way Brian is. So you cannot count him out. All right, closer on that shot.
Time, but do you play this with a little bit of left-hand English on the cue ball, or is it a plain ball shot?
It's left-hand English. You actually want to come into that second ball with a little bit of spin, and what that does, you'll actually come into the two ball a little firmer with left-hand spin. That way you'll actually get the two ball to carom, and the three ball will actually help it to turn on the bank. So if you're not consistent on the speed of this, the actual combination and that bank shot will actually change the angle or the speed. There's a lot of variables here, but you have to be consistent in your speed and your cut here.
Okay. So third attempt then. Must make it this time to score any points. Come on, Brian, let's see you do this one. It's close, but no cigar for the 3 ball. Just didn't get the bank going. Was it not touching, do you think, maybe? Had it moved?
Well, it may not have been frozen, or he may not have gotten enough left English on it to create that speed to bank it.
Okay.
So what's happening now is
Brian?
That's the trick and fancy. So now the second discipline is special arts. That includes like your spot shots, your speed shots, things of that matter. And so Brian's going to choose first in that category. And I'm almost positive Brian's going to shoot reverse wings here. He's been working on these. He played these last year. And he's, as far as this group, he's probably one of the best wing shot players. Tom Rossman really is the one that, really got the wing shots going for Artistic Pool. Mark Dimmick after that. And Brian's really, one of the better wing shot players in our group. And so you're going to roll the cue ball down, and as the cue ball rolls down, he's going to carom the object ball off the cue ball into the corner pocket. Now the cue ball has to pass the chalk first before that carom happens.
Okay.
This doesn't come up in a pool game very often.
This. No.
All right, here we go. All right, so if you make one shot of your 3, what it is, it's 3 shots, 3 shots, 3 shots. Okay, so that's worth 3 points. That's worth 3 points.
So 6 available now then.
Okay, so only 3 points in his first set of 3 balls. Now he's on to his second set of 3 balls.
Gotcha. A little bit hard. Actually stunned the cue ball, didn't he, there a little bit?
You almost have to hit these with stun, because when you're past that chalk, you almost have to back up the cut a little bit. Brian hits these very good. He stuns it a little bit. Stunned it a little too much. Okay, so he's got an opportunity. He'll score 3 on this if he can, but basically this is a practice swing for him because he's already got 3 points.
So slightly higher on the cue ball.
Okay, so now this is his last set of 3. He's got an opportunity still to get 9 points here, but he still has to start connecting. There's 1.
Yes.
There we go, 3 points. Come on, Brian. Good speed on the ball. Good speed on the cue ball. That's the key here.
Oh, beautiful.
6 points.
Yeah, he's just slowed it down, hasn't he, slightly, the speed on the cue ball?
Looking on 9. Oh, just missed it. Well, he did not goose egg there, and he got 6 of the 9 points. So that's good. He got on the board, and that's a pretty difficult shot. They're not easy, guys. The regular wing shots are a lot easier because it doesn't matter where you roll that ball past the chalk, you can still cut it in. The carom wings are a lot tougher because of the fact you've only got kind of a smaller window there to catch that carom and make it in the corner without having to put draw on the ball. When we used to shoot wings, the chalk was actually one diamond closer to the player when these were first put in the program. So you had more room for the carom. Now we've tightened them up. We've actually put that chalk cube on the spot. Makes it much more difficult. All right, here we go.
Let's see how his style, pretty much the same. Oh, very close for the first one.
Okay, so on this cluster, all he can do is tie Brian if he makes the 2. There's 1.
Wow.
Tim's one of the more technical players in our group. He has a website called Trickshot Tim, which it's the largest online depository for trick shots as far as instructional and videos. So he's
Is that's on YouTube?
That's actually trickshottim.com. It's been
okay.
That's been on the web for a long time. You know, Tim's been a veteran of the sport for quite a long time.
I'll take a look at that.
Attempt here. Okay. Right now, Tim is only at 3 points, I believe. Did he make a wing on the first set of 3?
Yeah, he made one on the first.
Okay. Yes, he made one, yeah. Well, that's a nice one.
That is nice.
Very, very narrow on the cue ball there, wasn't it? Gave himself a wider.
Here we go, third set of 3. Good choice by Brian. Most Tim can get here is 3 points on these. Very, very good choice on Brian. So we are 9-3.
Yeah, the quarterfinal. 2 other tables in action as well at the moment. If you're enjoying this, guys, please like and share. Get it round to all your fans, all your friends.
I did the score right?
You're right.
Okay.
It was 3 more. We are 5B in discipline number 3, which is our draw discipline. This is going to be a 10-point shot. Oh, here we go, guys. This is the hardest draw shot in our program. Well, I call it the hardest because you don't have very many people that actually do shoot this shot. This is Mike Massey's favorite shot, and this shot was originally initiated by Cowboy Jimmy Moore. I don't know if most people out there might not even know Jimmy. He actually used to have a slip stroke. He'd put a tremendous amount of spin and draw on the ball, and as the cue would actually slide through his hands on the last stroke of the cue and really get a tremendous amount of spin on the cue ball. So 11 in the corner is going to draw to the rail and out and back around the 3 to make the combination.
Wow. Low left.
Left, yes. This has got a chance.
He's made it.
This has got a chance.
He's made it. Has it got the pace?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. Wow. Just kind of caught the 9 a little bit thin there.
I'll tell you.
Power dissipated.
I'll tell you, when shooting these shots, I would rather shoot that shot and miss it completely than come that close. It is so frustrating to hit a ball so good. And you'll see the cue ball jump a little bit when he hits the 11. You'll see it jump.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, look at the power there.
Yeah, great power, but the less you get that cue ball to jump, the more spin will stay on the ball.
Yeah.
Here we go, second attempt.
You don't want it airborne too much, do you? As you say, all the spin dissipates. Head up. Saw him lift his head up there. Head up, cue up. Ball off the table.
For those of you at home, keep your head still and your body still. If you move forward even 3/8 of an inch, half an inch with your body or your head, normally what happens is that cue dips, and you'll do a lot of that. So keep your body still when you play. The only thing that should move is your hand below your elbow.
Great advice there from the Michigan kid. Oh, he got too much on it. So
score there.
Very, very close.
Now, Brian, historically is not the biggest stroke player. Okay, when Brian first started, he didn't have a power stroke. Brian has really done a lot of work in perfecting a smooth and powerful draw stroke. And so, Brian is he's got a very good chance of making this. And I wouldn't say that 4 or 5 years ago, but Brian's really come into his own.
Yeah, timing through the cue ball here is what it's about. Get maximum spin, maximum action.
Okay, missed the corner ball. And not much English on it.
Yeah, just a little bit snatchy, I thought there.
I don't think he was comfortable yet.
Jason,
sometimes we'll hit a ball even if we're not comfortable, and it comes back to bite you.
Known as Superman on the circuit.
Oh, and then that angle here. Here we go.
It's better. Made the ball, but didn't get the draw.
Yeah, he did kind of a little pinch. Now, the thing is, on a 7-foot table, it requires a little bit different stroke. When we shoot this on a 7-foot table, you actually dip the tip of the cue as you come through the cue ball and kind of bring your back shoulder up a little bit and dip it into the cloth. It's more of a little, how can I say it? Almost like just a dip shot where you're trying to get as much spin on the ball as quick as possible. This one takes a little more longer stroke and a little more power.
Yeah, you mean like when you might try and spin the cue ball with your fingers to go down on the cue ball?
Kind of, yes.
Oh, that was mighty close. Had he have made that one ball, he might have made the Karen.
I think you're right. Sometimes, you miss one, you miss both.
Yeah.
You ball airborne.
Just caught that a little bit thin, didn't he?
A little bit thin. A little fuller, it drives it into the rail quicker, and it probably bounces out enough to clear the 5. So we are still 12-6 in favor of Tim Chin. Moving on to the follow. And so Tim failed to score on the draw shot.
Oh, the window. Yeah, the window shot. We saw this last night, and Brian almost made it on his first attempt and then never really got close after that.
Yeah, the biggest thing on this is when you get through the window, sometimes players will overstroke it with too much top, and it will hit that side rail. It'll hit the long rail. And that's usually how this shot is missed. If you get through the window, if there's too much spin on the ball, it will continue to come forward after it goes through the window.
So what's your favourite shot? I might as well ask you that while we're in the booth together. What's your favourite shot, Jason?
My favorite shot, probably the one they just shot, was the circular draw shot. It's one of my favorites. Mike Massey's always been one person I've looked up to over the years as far as trick shots. And, as you know, Mike's got a tremendous stroke. His stroke's as big as his heart, and that's always been Mike's claim to fame. If you don't like him for his pool game, you'll love him for his heart and the way he handles himself and the way he interacts with people. So, that's it's always been my favorite shot. It's Mike does it so effortlessly.
Yeah, so lovely stroke. He's the first person I ever saw play trick shots, Mike Massey. Right, come on. The window shot.
Break the window. Look at this.
Yes.
Good adjustment from the prelims. Yep, he adjusted back from the prelims. Beautiful
Brilliant.
shot.
First time. Classy shot.
His head never moved. His body never moved.
Yeah, so important, isn't it, Jason, that in any cue sport, keep that head still. The only thing, as you say, should move is the backhand that's delivering the cue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even with a power draw stroke, and Mike was great for it. If you watched him stroke a ball like a power draw stroke, his hand would come through, and then the only thing that would happen is his elbow would follow the hand, and his power draw stroke might be 24 inches, but his head never moves, which is crazy. But I mean, but there we go. That's why Brian's ranked number 3 in the world right now. So I mean, you can't take anything away from him. Or number 4 in the world, I think he's right now.
Number 4, yeah.
He's number 4, yeah. So here's Tim going to try and answer that shot.
Well,
okay.
Got parts of it correct. A little bit of resetting up to do. Yeah, just going back to that cue action you were talking about on the draw strokes, Jason. A great cueist at the moment from the pool world, of course, is Fedor Gorst, and he's got that lovely elbow drop that you're talking about, that the elbow will drop to get that extra follow through. And Fedor Gorst is a master of it at the moment. Tyler Steyer also. And of course, going back to the days of Buddy Hall, he had a fantastic stroke as well, didn't he?
He did. Buddy Hall's one of them. And actually, the kind of the before or between now and Buddy Hall's time, Corey Deuel. Corey Deuel has a very, very good stroke. And you can see some of the highlights on some of the 9-ball matches he's played. He's so creative because he has that stroke. He's got a bag of tools that he can pull from. So here we go.
Interesting fella.
Yeah, I like Corey.
Yeah, he's a great character. So here we go then. Can he jump through the window? He can. He's gone right through it. What a great shot. Mr. Chin.
Made the adjustment. Hit a little bit the wrong carom angle coming off that second ball in the first attempt. Made the adjustment, got through there. And so we are moving on to the bank kick category. Here we go again. Here's your replay.
Look at that. I love the way that cue ball arcs. Lovely to watch.
And you saw
fabulous
the first attempt.
slow-mo there.
Well, you saw the first attempt. He hit the 5 balls that were furthest from the rail. And so what he did is he tightened that up. He almost hit the near 5 balls on that attempt, but he was able to get around them.
This looks interesting. Explain this one to us.
Well, this is a speedy skater. I actually like this shot. Now, what we've got is we've got the cue ball frozen to the 1 ball. And basically you're playing that into the corner pocket. And the key here is to get this cue ball to hit into those sticks quick enough to allow it to ride those sticks, because there's a little bit of spin that's imparted from those sticks that puts the spin on the cue ball to get to bank the last 2 rails to pocket the ball on the side. Here we go.
Looks good. Oh, great shot first time again. Cleared the table completely, Jason.
Nothing left but felt. That's good. and like Mark said, that's a good attempt, because we don't count scratches and trick shots. We actually talked about one time actually giving people a bonus point if they followed it in. That hasn't come into effect yet, but I like the idea. And you'll see after
great pace.
Yeah, the first 3 rails, it catches the sticks, and it rides the sticks 3/4 of the way. And so you got enough spin to take the last 2 rails. If you hit those set of sticks about halfway up, it won't bank true to what you've practiced.
Okay. It will bank longer?
It will actually, it normally doesn't bank long enough.
Okay.
So it'll go into those 2 rails, and it won't go far enough to catch the 1 ball. Yeah, it won't open up on that rail enough. It's got to have a little bit. It has to have a little bit of left English imparted onto it by those 2 sticks that are there. And joining us on the stream, McDermott Hughes, thank you. And Caitlin Bajorno, Wonder Woman's on the stream. She's one of our artistic pool players. It's nice to see a Chris Woodrum also on the stream, tuning in. And just wonderful to see some viewers on there helping us out with some support. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Josh Watson. Yep. Yeah, Tim makes it look so easy. You are correct. Here we go, guys.
Normally means they're working very hard. Oh, this looks pretty good as well. This looks pretty good. It's gone a little bit wide. Oh.
I watch the replay, guys. I want to show you this. If you watch the replay, watch where the cue ball hits those two sticks as it comes around.
This is what you were talking about, yeah, where they hit them too high up.
This is exactly what I was talking about. There was no spin imparted on that cue ball. So if you watch when it comes around the third rail, 1, 2, 3, 4 rails, watch where it hits the sticks. Halfway up.
Just past the joint. Yeah, so just past the joint, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's almost a bank coming off that instead of spinning it off those cues. So Brian's adjustment will be to put more left English on this ball so he catches those sticks quicker. He'll do no adjustment on the 3. He'll do no adjustment on his aim point on the end rail. He'll just bring his cue instead of top left. He'll bring more left English into this shot.
So he wants to hit more of the butt of the cue rather than the shaft of the
exactly.
Cue, yes?
You want to catch this pretty much right in the center of the grip as it comes around.
Now, I like this angle here that we've got. If we can stay with this angle, I kind of like this one.
Where he hits the cues now.
We can't see the first part. Yeah. Now then. Oh, where's the cue ball gone? He's scratched in this corner. Oh, we're nearly in the corner.
Yeah, it rattled the corner. Okay. So that tells me he's still hitting too high up on the ball. He needs to get left English on this cue ball. Hey, Jason Hicks. Jason from Brian's home pool hall. Big Money Billiards in Ohio. And Mike Roller here from my area. Thanks, Mike, for tuning in.
Yeah, I shall be in Ohio in October for the Predator US Pro Billiard Series.
I'm actually playing the pro event in Michigan and Ohio coming up.
Oh, fantastic. I'll see you there.
Yeah, so I'm kind of stepping out of the realm of some different cue sports. I played at the NBL in New Jersey, and so now I'm taking my hand at the Predator 10 ball.
Great. And I tell you, those 2 short races to 4 are, you know, I wouldn't say it's a lottery, but some good chances.
Come on, Brian, put more left on it.
Yeah, but not enough.
And I think the same issue. I think he hit about at the joint of those cues again.
Yeah, if anything, just slightly past the joint that time. I thought that was the highest he's hit. So how do you fancy your chances in one of the shootouts then? The 10-ball shootouts, I'm sure you've seen them, Jason.
Well, the initial 10-ball shootout, actually we used to do a shot in artistic pool where we'd do a one-handed jacked up spot shot, or we'd shoot them one-handed. So
was that out of the jaws? Out of the jaws of the pocket? Was that the one?
No, not out of the jaws. We actually would put a ball in the spot, and we'd have it behind the kitchen line, basically just like the shootout is. And we just cut balls in the corner one-handed. And so, you know, that's what we would actually do there. All right, so we are moving on. This is the stroke category, and Brian is shooting second, so he is taking the stroke category. This is a 2-millimeter whip draw shot, and these are the hardest in our stroke category is the 2-millimeter shots. And it's actually kind of crazy to think you can be 2 millimeters away from a cue ball and hit it straight at the ball and not foul. So
unbelievable. Such skill. And there's the little gadget he's got there for the 2 millimeter gap.
Yeah, we actually use the gauges, to make things consistent in our tournaments. And so you'll see up close there, he's freezing it to both
Who
those
designed
balls.
that little thing? Who designed that little gadget then?
I don't know I think Mark Dimmick came up with that. He was our former president of the artistic pool division. So works out very well. It almost looks like they're frozen. That's how close they are. And
I know, it's unreal, this shot.
And so Brian's going to go over this by the side pocket. He's going to set up a cue stick and a rack. And this is called swing the gate, okay? This shot's been around for a while. And you'll see he's putting a light cue there. That's a Marty Carey jump cue. Marty's actually one of our artistic pool players. And he actually made those set of cues to jump very close proximity. So Brian is setting up his gate here.
So it kind of, as it says, it swings, right? So that it goes against the triangle?
Yeah, the cue ball actually will swing 2 rails into the corner and push the stick out of the way and slide just past that 3 ball, or the red ball, to make the ball in the side pocket. Mm-hmm. Right now, the object ball and the cue over there are a chalk width away. So you have to push it outward.
So lots of low right here.
A ton of low right.
Oh, well,
okay.
Didn't get the draw, didn't get the whip. There you see him gesticulating with his arm.
Right, he had the spin. He wasn't low enough, or he didn't have enough of a snap in the stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's 2 schools of thought on 2mm draw shots. If you watch the European players that play carom pool, they'll actually address the ball almost center ball and move outward to the outside of the ball as they're stroking these. And, that's one of the ways I shoot the 2mm. Or the American style, you actually set up center ball and the cue ball, do a parallel shift to bottom right, and you'll play right through parallel to the line of centers with bottom right. Brian is more of the American style. So he's doing a parallel shift.
Just thinking you're going to be in Michigan at the US Pro Billiards event. We should get you on the table between matches and do a little exhibition there. That would be great. I'll have to have a word with Ozzy and Karim, see if we can't set something up with you.
If they're up for that, I don't mind one bit. I don't currently have a cue sponsor, so it would not be any interference or any problems there. So, that would
well, we
not
might
be
even get you a cue sponsor we might even pick up a cue sponsor while you're there.
I wouldn't mind Predator. I was sponsored by them for a while ago, and we left on good terms. I like Karim and everything he does as far as what he supports and what Predator stands for. They're a good company. So
yeah, doing great things. Here we go then. Yeah. Attempt number 3.
No score there.
I think it's fair to say just hasn't found his stroke, has he, today, Jason, at the moment?
Not getting in the groove, and I don't know what it is. Brian's usually one that, even if he falters, he usually is able to roll with it and keep going. So, yeah. But, Brian's sponsored by McDermott Cues, and they've got a workhorse with him. Brian's done a lot of good online videos, and he just did a recreation of the Masters artistic pool, which was one of the first artistic pool events that was done, and that's actually on YouTube right now. You can actually go and look at that up. And Tom Rossman's the one that won way back in the artistic pool Masters. It was many years ago, and Tom's been doing the sport forever. And so Brian recreated the shots that Tom shot on the way to winning that event. And so you can actually see the old with the new kind of stitched together. McDermott did a great job with that video. So
we've got a question in the chat from from Nefarious Minds, who's asking where in Michigan is the event. Well, that's going to be in the Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek.
Yep, down in Battle Creek, we used to have our VNEA state tournaments there. See, Tim is actually more center ball in this, almost European style.
Yes, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh no!
This
Look at the
great.
ball. Look at the corner.
Oh, he didn't make the two.
Two blended in. I didn't see it either at first.
Dear.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Tim's had a couple hang on.
Perfect.
He had a ball hang on the circular draw shot too. Great stroke.
Think that the pot should the pot be the easiest part of it or not?
Well,
I'm not saying there's any easy part of it.
There's not really any easy part of this, but the thing is the way Tim shoots it, he shoots more into the object ball. So depending on the speed of stroke, you can miss the corner ball.
I get you. Caught it thick.
I shoot a parallel. I shoot a parallel shift from the center ball and just shift outward. So the thing is, you're firing down the rail at a tight pocket diamond. You know, so I mean, the pocket's not big anyway. See how Tim stresses that ball?
Yeah. And he's going to come across.
He'll move to the outside as he strokes it.
Yeah, he jumped up there, lost all his, as you said earlier, jump up.
A lot of times, if I've got a really tough stroke shot, you'll see me widen my stance and dig my feet and almost grind them into the floor. So the only thing that can move is my arm.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate. Get that solid stance like a camera tripod, you know, get as wide as you can. Hunker down.
On the stream, Josh says this looks like almost like a huge intentional miscue. It almost is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can make the shot with a miscue, which is hilarious. You just kind of shake your head and go, well, I got one there.
This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Oh, he's missed the 7 though. Oh.
Wow. Oh, boy. Great spin, great stroke. There's 1 rail, 2 rail. Now, did it bump the ball as it went through, too? I don't know if it did or not. Yeah, it did. It did. It barely touched the ball as it went through. Yeah, so it wouldn't have been good anyway. Chris Woodrum, tricky shot here on the stream. He says, I love these kind of shots. Chris has just a tremendous stroke. I mean, cue balls cry when he hits them. He's really good artistic pool player. Well, on stream here, we have Mark White, who actually does the commentary for the Predator event. Say hello, Mark.
Hi, guys. Yep, that's me. I'm the guy from across the pond.
And Tim doing what he does best, one-handed jump shots.
Yeah, he done that earlier. He scored 4 points on that earlier as well, I believe. Oh, no, I think he got it second attempt before. But yeah, made it.
That's how he beat me in the tiebreaker to win the jump.
Failed on.
He shot that in the tiebreaker to win the jump against me. And also myself here doing commentary is Jason Lynch, sometimes known as the Michigan Kid. Should be probably the Michigan old guy now, starting to some gray hair. So my next sponsor will probably be Just for Men at this point.
I hear you're getting married.
I am getting married. I've got a lovely fiance, Kira, and we're getting married on the 20th of August, and couldn't be happier. She supports me in everything I do as far as pool and trick shots, and she's got an 18-year-old son that's Bryson, and Bryson is a pool player in his own right. He's a 5 in the APA for both 8-ball and 9-ball right now, so he's coming into his own. So been working with him for 3 years now. He's only been playing 3 years. So,
fantastic. Now Brian
with a one-handed.
Oh, and he did struggle with this shot earlier. Seems to me, if you play this with a nice rhythm, Tim Chin seems to have a really, really nice rhythm when he plays this. Is that the secret to this one?
with any shot that's multiple balls like this, a speed shot or jump shots like this, yeah, if you can get a rhythm, that same stroke can be consistent. Yeah. When I shot this in the tiebreaker against Tim, I didn't have a rhythm my first 2 attempts. My third attempt, I almost made this shot because I think the rhythm was better. Here we go.
Caught the triangle, unfortunately.
Well, and sometimes, as you shoot each one of these jumps, you got 6 jumps. I made the first one. Okay, yeah, now I made the second one. Now the pressure starts to build because, now I'm getting closer to making this shot. And you're thinking in your mind, if I could just get through the rest of these balls.
I can't even use chopsticks. I'd be no good at this trick shot.
Don't squish him, Abram.
Yeah, Gord Kerr in the chat, whose question you've just answered. I hope he's got a note to say why he's late. You should be here on time. You've missed some great stuff, but we've got some more great stuff to come. Here we go. Oh, wow.
Off the table.
That's a long way off. He's looking there as if it bounced. It flew off something, maybe. It did, the table.
I think you just hit that jump shot a little bit too much juice. The adrenaline's getting going. So. Dancing Q, we forgot about the hanging ball. That's true. Who is commenting? Mark White from the Predator 10 ball events and Jason, the Michigan Kid Lynch from, actually this tournament here. Yep. From Michigan and from my mom originally. So here we go. We are.
What we got next then?
Good comment by Caitlin. I would address this Caitlin comment. She says, yeah, I feel like if you shoot it too slow, it gives you too much time to overthink. Too fast, you don't have enough control. So definitely a balance. Good advice there, Caitlin. Yeah. She's Wonder Woman. She's one of our artistic bull players. And Caitlin's a very good jump player.
Caitlin.
And she's also one of the players that Abram Diaz has sponsored with a Mass AQ. I'm one of them also. We built some great cues. So here we go. Brian's going to swerve Mass A around the 3 ball, kick 2 rails, and hopefully make the combination.
No, didn't get any English on it.
Watch his back shoulder and watch his body fall away from the cue instead of staying with it on the replay if we see it.
Yeah, good spot there. Let's see if he does it this time.
To stay with the ball.
Watch that head.
Stay with the ball and come through it. That's better.
Got a little bit more on it. Did stay with it. I used to be a snooker coach and I used to teach, stay with the cue ball as long as you can, hold on to it as long as you can. Keep that head down, and if you're online, the longer you stay with it, the more chance you've got of it going where you're aiming. That's not going to come back at all. He's just a little bit out of sorts today, Brian.
He's not high enough on that ball. He's almost quitting on it. Now watch when Tim plays this. He's going to hit further down on the ball, and he's going to stay over that ball a little bit longer. And really, he's going to hit. If it's me, I'm taking this tip and I'm touching the felt as I'm coming through this ball.
Yeah, you got to really get through it, haven't you?
See, look at him.
Jason, this one.
Look at him. He's going to touch the felt basically with this ball. See?
Really need to grip it.
Okay. Now his adjustment.
He nearly made it the other way around.
His adjustment, he's going to elevate and spin this more.
And this ball the cue ball has to be on the rail, has to be frozen to the rail
frozen,
here?
Yes.
Okay.
Now watch Tim. He's going to drive down through this ball A little less speed, more spin. Okay.
Yeah, give it the chance for the spin to take. Perfect shot. Perfect. Fabulous.
Very, very good attempt.
Really nice stroke, wasn't it, Jason? Completely different. Really grabbed into that cue ball with the tip.
What's the tip finish?
Got
What's the
it to
tip
do.
finish on this ball? See him?
Yeah, hit the cloth. Yeah.
Stayed with the ball.
Perfect.
Kept the cue on the cue ball as long as possible to impart a lot of spin.
Yeah, stretching out a lead here.
46-15.
So is this single elimination now as we get down to the quarters?
We are single elimination. Discipline 8, 5C. We are into the Mass A. And this is going to be, let's see, Mass A. This should be, yes. This is the Yao Mass A. Eric Yao, one of our trick shot players historically, invented actually a Yao Mass A cue. And Eric had tons of videos online. He was like the precursor to Venom. And so this is the Yao Mass A. This is one that Eric created. It's been in our program for a while. We just added it to the tournament program. So he's going to freeze a ball to the cue ball by the side pocket. And you graze that ball on the way out, go around the blocking balls and up table to make the combination. So you're playing.
You mentioned.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say you mentioned Venom there. I've seen him play this shot many times. The big arc shot, fantastic. Looks fabulous. This shot.
Yeah, I expect to make this. I expect him to make this in 1 of 3 attempts. Okay, so what happened there is he didn't get enough right. It's actually bottom, but bottom right to get this to go around the ring of balls and check up tight enough to actually make the turn. He had too much left. If you're looking at it like a clock, he pretty much hit that at 6:30. You need to be about 5 o'clock on this shot, vertically. 5 o'clock.
Okay. Nearly, slightly better than the first attempt.
Yep.
So are you hitting as much of the one ball, or sorry, not the one ball, the ball over the side pocket? Are you hitting as much of that as you can?
Not really. It's more the spin that does it. That little carom does have an effect on it, but once you pick your spot on the end rail, you really don't change that. All you're changing is how much bottom right you're putting on it.
I get you.
Here we go. Can usually adjust pretty well.
That's better.
Oh,
Oh,
bought a ball away.
Great pace that time. Unlucky.
Well, he opened the door a little bit for Brian to come back on him. I had a comment on the stream. What's the most complex trick shot ever played? One of the shots that Tom Rossman considers, he said it's the greatest shot in pool, is the relay shot, which Chris Woodrum actually noted. And if you would to picture it, you're hitting the ball into a cue ball, spinning the ball in place. The cue ball kicks 3 rails and hits the ball it's spinning, and that kicks 3 rails the other way and makes the ball in the corner. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I have it on one of my videos. I actually did a competition against Tom Rossman years ago. I made it on the second attempt on him. So here we go. Brian for his first attempt. He's got a little more bottom left in his aspect. Regularly Shylov on the stream. If you send me an email, Greg, I will send you a link to that video for the relay shot. Michigan Kid Trick at Gmail. And I'll send that link to you. Look at this.
Oh, this looks fantastic. Has it got the pace? I don't think it's got the pace.
7-foot table, that ball's in.
Yeah.
He almost miscued on that shot. It's what you hear on the tip. You'll hear either a clean hit or almost like a miscue. There's a different tone.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's got to do is he's not going to leave anything on the table. He's going to smoke this thing and spin the heck out of it.
Come on, Brian. Get right through it. He quit.
Hit it too thick. And he quit on the stroke.
Oh, did he? Yeah. So he had a chance to get back in it there. Unfortunately, no points.
Boys, now it gets nuts because we are to the picks, the randoms. Each player can choose 4 shots from anywhere in the program as long as it's a shot they haven't shot before. And the pick is still Brian first. He has picked 5A. Oh, here we go. Mr. Palinga. Stefano's famous jump hook. And as Mark has alluded to, Stefano, one of our trick shot artists historically. He is Mr. Trick Shot is his nickname. He is the Italian master of trick shots. And so this is one of his shots. And Brian has told me, he says, this is coming. He says, I've been working on this shot. He says, I like this shot. He said, this is in my comfort zone. See, Brian's got to play something he's comfortable with to get himself back into this match. You know, because right now it's not about making shots. It's about, you know, him getting comfortable, you know, and finishing strong here. He's got to give Tim a chance to make a mistake.
Yeah, just looking at the rest head there, the bridge looks just like Batman. I mentioned it to Kevin last night.
That's what we need.
It's Batman v Superman here.
Well, we've got Superman. We've got a bunch of superheroes. We need a Batman.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it, has he? Oh.
All right, so it didn't deflect out far enough. 2 things happened. One, he either didn't shoot it hard enough, or he didn't have enough angle from the cue ball to the object ball. Angle looks good. He just needs a little more pace on this. He needs to jump out further. So you can either do that with more pace, or you can actually back your cue ball up a little bit and catch the object ball a little thinner on the jump, where the cue ball will jump further out.
It's great to have you in the booth because your knowledge is just so vast, and for a novice and somebody that's so new to the game here, learning so much, as I'm sure some of the people in the chat are as well. Fabulous. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Again. I appreciate it. I'm just me. You know, I just I love the sport. You know, I've done this since 2004. It was my first event at the Northeastern Open. And I was invited to the Masters the next week, and the rest is history. Pool's taken me around the world. I've been to China twice. I was in Iraq for ministry with Gospel Trick Shot Ministries, Nairobi, Africa for ministry, and just anything I can do to further this sport and use pool to touch people. That's what I like to do. So that's kind of where I'm at. And
we're certainly on the same page there. We're on the same page, Jason.
Get it rolling. Here we go, Brian. Put a stroke on this ball for me. Come on, ball.
He has. Ooh. Oh. Well, some good attempts there. Third one was closest.
Not enough draw on this.
Batman.
If we actually get outside English on this ball, see it dip outside English on it.
Spinning, yeah.
If he gets bottom right on that, he makes it.
Yeah, spinning the wrong way, wasn't it? Now Tim has been playing very well today. Didn't play too bad yesterday either.
Here we go. Tim's gonna widen his lead. I know this is happening. Hey, I got my future wife on the stream. She's coming. Hi, honey. How are you? Checking in on me. Making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. No, I'm just kidding.
There's no hiding for a commentator.
This guy.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, he might know that one.
Wow.
It's hard to pick a shot against Tim. He's seen everything. Tim's first event, I think, was only a couple years after me. I think he started in 2006.
Look at that. And there's the spin that you were talking about. Lots of low English as well, which really spun it back, didn't it? Nicely played.
Hey, there's my kid, too. That's my fiance's kid, Toxic Pulse, on there. Hey, Dad. Hey, kid, how you doing?
This is he was on last night, Toxic Pulse.
Yep. Yeah, he's
got. This is Bryson, right?
Yeah, it's Bryson. He's got a YouTube channel of his own. He does video gaming, and Bryson has made the choice to go into the military coming up between October and January, and so we actually pushed the wedding up a little bit to August. And so we definitely want Bryson there to walk his mom down the aisle. So he's going to give her away and say, she's your problem now. So
I'll tell you what, if she's a pool player, then
she is.
That's no problem whatsoever.
Here we go. So Tim's going to pocket this ball in the corner, or the side pocket. He's going to jump and spin. After he jumps over that cue, spin 2 rails and make the ball in the corner pocket.
He didn't make this last night. Struggled with the pot in the side last night, believe it or not. Tonight he hasn't, though. He's going to get it first time. He's on fire.
Here. No problem.
Wow.
Here. Unbelievable. Yeah, Bryson plays pool too. He's going on his 3rd year. He'll be 3 years playing November. And he's a 5 in the APA, both in 8-ball and 9-ball. So he's coming into his own a little bit. Here we go. There's your spin. 2 rails. And beautiful right off the cue.
Well, to quote a very famous song, what a difference a day makes, because yesterday he couldn't make the ball in the side pocket.
And
I think he only jumped over the cue once as well, you know.
Mm-hmm. This is a runaway at 63-15, bullseye. We are coming up onto a point where Brian, it's going to be a hard time catching up. We are only 10 points every shot if you shot the maximum amount and we only have very few shots left, less than 10 shots left here. So.
Yeah, Thomas Hill has joined us. Hi, Thomas, friend of mine on Facebook. Good to have you with us. He loves his cue sports, of course. Loves his artistic pool. And I'm just getting into this. This is my first time that I've ever had the honour of commentating on an artistic pool event. I've done plenty of rotation, never artistic, but I tell you, I'm really into this now. I'm going to be singing its praises.
We are glad to have you, Mark. You are a welcome addition. So,
thank you so much.
Brian trying to answer.
Yeah, he's just his stroke has just let him down tonight. Just doesn't look comfortable. Do you know what I mean, Jason? He's just
he's just not. It's not the Brian I know. Brian normally doesn't let anything get to him. He's always. I don't think this really get to him. I just don't think anything's going for him. Yeah, you're right. The dragon is on fire today. He's breathing fire. Tim comes alive on these events. I'll tell you. The Conklin Open there in Ohio. I came through the prelims in first place. Went all the way through the playoffs. Ended up facing Tim in the finals. He drilled me. Just played incredibly well. And Tim's a great friend of mine. He's been doing the sport a long time. I think we're the two veterans in this group as far as this point in time. We've been both doing this so long. It's for the love of the sport at this point. Geometry is...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that Brian is just pulling out of these shots. He's not finishing the shot. You know what I mean? He's not completing the shot. He's not staying with the shot.
Yeah, he almost needs to let himself go and just smack one or two of them, just to get the rhythm going.
Exactly. In rotation pool, we'd say let the stroke out. Just play, just do something. Just let the stroke out. Go for it. Go on.
I might throw this ball right off the table, but I'm not letting anything leave.
There you go. Absolutely. That was the closest he came to it. That would have gone on a carom table. Unfortunately, we're on a 9-foot diamond.
I don't care if I jump the ball off the table at this point. I'm stroking this ball.
Yeah.
I think it might be kind of hard pocketing the balls on a carom table, though.
And
I thought I'd got away with that one.
I was at a pool hall one time.
Very tight.
Very tight.
It's kind of funny. There's an old picture of Batman and Robin shooting on a pool table with pool balls on the pool table, and it's a carom table.
Oh, really? Brilliant. Perhaps they're going to make the holes themselves.
I got a question for you from Greg on the stream here, Mark. You were a snooker coach.
Yes.
Did you train any top players back in the UK? Who was your notables that you trained?
No, not really. I done a lot of training abroad in Holland and Belgium. We introduced the sport to the Dutch.
More of an ambassador and going through the basics and the rules and some.
Yeah. We actually had a high school near to the snooker centre, Clacton Snooker Centre it was called, and we'd have children come over from the school 3 times a week. It was part of their sports activities if they chose, and then we extended that to inviting schools from abroad, from European countries.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Around the UK, yeah. And then I ended up going over there. So it was very basic, yes.
basics just as important, if not more important than advanced play. That's for sure.
Absolutely right.
We're going to be doing the home pool hall that I shoot in, the Strikers in Bay City, Michigan, and I'm actually helping run some things out of there. We're actually going to be doing some youth leagues on Sundays and some youth instruction from some of our players in the area. So
fantastic.
Here we go.
Juniors, of course, very important.
Oof, very close.
Yeah, we saw Brian playing this shot earlier, but he actually had the ball in the triangle was further into the middle of the triangle, and funnily enough, Tim Chin, who was playing it also, played it from where Brian's playing it now, but neither of them made it. So this should be interesting. This
I play this from center of the triangle and I jump it.
Yeah, that's how Brian was playing it first. Oh, it's close. Oof. He's made the
no score there for Brian. That's the toughest jump really in the program. If you're not familiar with that jump shot, that's a show shot. I'll shoot that sometimes in shows. Who's left in the competition? Well, everybody at this point, because all 8 of our players we seeded into the playoff brackets. Our preliminary rounds for this tournament, basically, we didn't eliminate anybody from the playoffs. We shot our prelims and placed everybody in the playoffs depending on their score in the prelims. So, and you'll see the seeding there on the screen.
Yeah, this is how he was playing it earlier on. Tim Chin. That's pretty much what was happening before as well. Very difficult shot. I haven't seen this made yet. That shows how difficult it is.
The biggest thing is to jump and you really land on that 3, and you got to have enough power on it to jump the 3 out of the rack, which isn't easy, with accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, I know very little about this particular sport, but if I was trying it, I'd certainly have it in the center of the triangle. Oh, look at that. Wow, he got it out. Just the accuracy.
Historically, that shot has been shot with the ball almost frozen to the back of the rail, to be perfectly honest. Because it's easier to clip that ball on the way up.
Right. There you are.
That's what Tim is doing as he jumps it. He's catching on the way up.
Just like that. Very close again.
Nice score there. Well, guys, it is mathematically impossible for Brian to catch Tim at this point. And so that ends our match there with Brian Pauley 15, Tim the Dragon Chin 63. And so
convincing.
Very convincing. Brian actually led the tournament after what was it? He was top 3.
Yeah, he was top 174. He was top of the pile last
top
night.
Of the pile after 6 disciplines. He had faltered in the Massey, put him into that 5th spot, and he ended up playing the 4th place seed Tim. So this sport is brutal. You can go from high to low very quickly. And so, my next match against Jamie Woody, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to make sure that I stay within the moment, take each shot as it comes, and you're not going to see me back out of a shot, I'll tell you that. That is not in my...
Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to seeing it, Jason.
When I hit a ball, it's either you're going off the table or the cue stick's going through the table. I'm not backing off a stroke. And Kevin,
that's what I want to hear.
I don't back
That's
off
what
strokes.
I want to hear.
Next match is at 6 o'clock. I appreciate that.
See you then, guys. Thanks, Jason.
All right, Mark. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye.
PremierBilliards.com. Exceptional cues, cases, and accessories from premium brands like Q-Tech, Predator, Mucci, and McDermott. Also featuring JB cases, championship felt, and even more. All your billiard supplies, one simple solution. Want it? We've got it. Need it? Get it shipped fast. Find it at premierbilliards.com.